Previously last week on Cacti, the investigators arrived in London and braved the dreary mist to discover new clues, and the library at the Penhew Foundation constructing backgrounds on the principles of the Carlisle expedition. Digesting this information, they were attacked by an invisible monster in the mists and just barely escaped by driving the translucent terror into the shadows with their flashlights. Retreating to the hotel for a restless night, the chill of London breaks to a new day of overcast sky. After muffins and coffee, you see, walking down next to the cafe side street, one of those little A-frame pop advertisements that says Shipley Art Exhibition.
Where have I heard that before?
It does seem awfully familiar. What do y'all think? We going to the art show?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Does seem rather convenient to it. Oh, beforehand though, I feel like we need to find out more about this monster now. Now it's not just stories that we read about in the newspaper or at the library.
There's just a
We're aware.
random
We are aware that
fog
this is
monster.
actually a thing. Yeah. When we were doing research on this, was there any other survivors? How did how did the other people find that there was an invisible monster? Like
An invisible or invincible monster?
yes, both. At least invisible.
Was hard to hurt. I don't know. This is definitely weird. You tried to shoot it. You definitely shot and stabbed it, but didn't seem to hurt it too much. Maybe it is invulnerable. You recall that you saw a few articles in the newspaper that gave reference to an invisible monster, and it almost got me in the mists. Rereading those stories, it doesn't give you too much information. There's been a couple scattered attacks. For the most
Is there
part,
a pattern? Is there a pattern to the location?
seems to be all over London. For the most part, it seems to be down and out, poor people. For a long time, it's just been chalked up to pollution. I understand that a lot of people just suffocate, especially these people living off the street in hard times. It's difficult to make sure that they're seeing proper medical attention, and, well, it's not uncommon to just find some of these people being carted off in the morning.
What time did the attack take place?
Seems to always be at night. Thing sticks to the shadows and seems to lurk for its prey, and bodies turn up the next day.
Is there a particular time at night, or just whatever the sun's up?
You can hear the wheels and Lookie's head turning as he tries to find
Like
a
some
page.
math explosion floating above his head.
It is definitely not the Da Vinci Code. It's more like lines in the sand, like one line, two line. Oh my God, 4 lines, and then we're gonna cross. Oh shit!
Are you sure it's not snail trails?
How do these? I can't make these lines straight. Oh, they're all over the place. Damn it!
Just hear the dial up sound in the background. It's a buzzing story.
Like 90s internet AOL.
All right, well, it seems like we have a bit of a curfew. As long as we're in by nighttime, we should be fine.
Should probably keep flashlights on us. That wasn't the most enjoyable of experiences, and I think I'm quite traumatized, actually.
Yeah, flashlights, candles, any kind of light sources. If we have to be outside at night, but let's endeavor to be back here before the sun goes down. I don't relish the idea of encountering that fucking monstrosity a second time. No, thank you. What do y'all want to do with the rest of our day then? What time was the art show?
Seems like the gallery's open as you guys stand up and put away the news articles that you're poring over. You're trying to puzzle out the difference between some of these murders in the countryside. It seems like Essex or Lesser Edale is having a string of these violent murders as well. However, the modus operandum seems to be that these people are torn apart by like a wild beast left in a pile of guts and viscera. Not so much the strangulation, which you experienced yourself. However, might have to look at these clues if the DM ever gets around to putting them in the chat. You might have to go over those again. But you guys step up off the street and head over to the art gallery. The door's open. You want to make your way inside?
How much does it cost to visit the gallery?
It seems like this is it's a nice gallery. It's not exclusive, so it is free admission. However, you notice that some of the prices next to the wall, they make you swallow. You see 100, 200 euros. Wait, damn it, pounds.
Okay. I say we just go in.
We'll need to bring in our own liquor.
In our bags.
All right, you guys sneak in and try and smuggle in some booze. Go ahead and give me stealth rolls.
Oh, so close to my stealth is 20. Unfortunately.
That you know.
We might just get kicked out of the side.
Wow.
Dr. Van, you look over at these loud and quite...
Wait. Don't accept that. That's from the wrong sheet. That's from Amber's.
Well, it was really funny. It wasn't exactly high.
Well, in any case, your friends seem a little bit gregarious, and they're not being discreet as they start perusing the aisles of the different artworks, and you guys see these magnificent pieces of art before you. Different artists, and you can see that over down the hall there's a small group, a small crowd formed around one particular painting. As you guys not drawing a lot of attention, one of the gallery attendants does see you and gives you a wink. Apparently this is, well, it's don't say anything, we'll look the other way if you're buying, so...
What is the piece of art that everyone's putting around?
What's so good about it?
You can hear like hushed whispers, people mumbling to themselves.
My God, I've never seen anything like it. It inspires so much emotion in me. Like I feel like I'm a child again.
Yes, quite. It's quite a magnificent piece. I hope I would have the opportunity to bid on it myself.
As you kind of like muscle through the crowd, politely making your way up, you guys catch a glimpse of this pretty standard painting. It's not anything enormous, but it does dominate the wall that it's on, taking up your attention.
The music is so. Yeah, sorry.
World of Warcraft, I'd play it all the time. If I could escape into you, I would. Goodbye forever, real life, I'm playing World of Okay, you guys see? An ancient scene of science, an alchemist laboratory in which vials pour forth foul-looking gases. Working at the table is a reptilian humanoid who seems eagerly involved in the dissection of a creature. Due to the blood and lack of recognizable features, it is impossible to determine the identity of the creature being cut apart.
Okay.
It's quite the stunning piece, I might say. How much is it?
You see on the side, there's a current asking price of £300.
How much is that in America?
1920s, yes. Wookie, what was the conversion rate between dollars and pounds in 1920s? Up top, good sir.
Pretty sure it's around like 5 to 10 times. We'll call it $1,500.
Huh. Let me check my spending.
I guess it was the conversion. I was going to say it was.
Up, I have the cash. I can do this. Hold up. Can I up the asking price to 25,000, or however much that is in European dollars?
You start looking around for someone, and how do I purchase this fine piece of artwork?
Indeed.
There is an attendant who seems to be fielding multiple offers at the time if you'd like to butt in.
I would love to, but I want this painting. It would look so good above my bedroom.
Telling you this is one of a kind, curator. I must have this piece of artwork, and I won't accept no from else.
I'll have you know that this will be most appreciated in my summer house in the East Lesser Eden region.
One at a time, yes, I'll be able to facilitate each and every one of you. If you just have a moment, I'll have you know that this will not be the only piece available. Mr. Shipley has more. I have been promised that additional works are promised to us to come in any day now.
That's not good enough. I know about this piece of my collection.
No one else is as important as I am. I want this piece.
Give me, what kind of social role would you like to get this guy's attention? Because you can see he's pinned down.
Huh, what would you accept?
Any kind of persuasion, charm. There's two more I'm forgetting because I'm not particularly intelligent. Oh, well, that'll do it.
I am important.
You go ahead and up to him and say, I'm important?
Oh no. I mean, like, look, I understand you're dealing with a lot right now, and that is very commendable to see you handling it so calmly. However, don't waste your time with useless fools like them. Rather, attend to me.
One moment, please. One moment. I must attend to serious business. And he steps through the people that were kind of harassing him and then takes you. Very politely, he holds out an arm for you. Wait, no, that wouldn't be right. He goes up, holds a hand out for a handshake.
Yep.
Jim Jimiston, pleasure to meet you. Please step into my office. And you see him look across the hall to another rather thin individual and nod over to him. And then he's walking over to his office. Any of you going to attend, Dr. Bain?
Oh, I'll come with.
Me too. I'm gonna follow.
Very good. You guys all disappear over into the side office, followed by a very thin, wispy individual.
A wispy is it that thing from last night? I swear to God.
Not that wispy.
Okay. I was scared for a moment there.
No, that's too wispy. This guy's quite a bit of a shadow. He does look thin.
Moderate wispy?
Moderate to severe wispy. That was severe wispy.
Oh, jeez. Any amount of wispy gives me PTSD.
PTSD?
Oh, God.
Sorry, I should have stopped myself. So you guys
It was a
disappear.
combined experience.
You guys step into the office, and the door closes, and this gentleman steps in behind you. Hello, everyone. Please meet Miles Shipley. This is the magnificent artist that has been furnishing us with these riveting and vivid scenes. And at that, he nods to your party.
What does he look like?
Miles Shipley is a very thin man. You see that there are deep bags underneath his eyes, denoting a lack of sleep. And while he shifts nervously back from one foot to another, almost as if he's waiting for something, he continually refuses to meet your eye contact. Other than that, he's a pretty handsome individual, probably in his late 20s.
I like the vibe about this man.
It's a very artsy goth vibe, although tortured somewhat. It seems, although...
Oh no, it's the tortured part that draws me in.
Uh-oh. Oh, weird. Waka waka.
So like, Bane's gonna walk up to him, forcefully grab his hand, and like shake it. You're like, I'm so delighted to be able to meet the person behind such beautiful works of art. See you in the, in the flesh itself. It's almost dreamlike in a sense.
Please stop. I appreciate it. You're overwhelming with flattery. It's lovely to meet you as well. Goodness, I'm sorry. I'm just being overwhelmed. This is more social contact than I'm used to. I'm an artist, and I'm used to my solitude and just me in my room painting away. It's you get a little bit used to it. I apologize for the awkwardness.
No, not at all, not at all. Besides the painting, I do have a inquiry, if you'd like to listen.
Anything, please ask.
Would you be interested in being my personal artist? You'd be given all the things you need to paint, the most high quality papers, brushes, paints, everything you need, and all the solitude you would want, just to produce more of those lovely paintings for me.
You can see there's an expression of shock that comes over his face. He is taken aback. This is everything he's ever wanted. A patron to support his artwork, maybe several patrons. This could be the first of many. Supporting his artwork, he'd be free to move around, pursue his interests, and dedicate himself to his art completely. And you see this wave of emotion wash over him as he really feels like he's meeting a milestone in his career. And then something else in the back of his mind, and the clouds in his eyes focus and sharpen quickly back onto you.
Can I tell what that was?
Give me a psychology roll.
Oof. Not feeling it today, huh?
You feel like trust and overwhelming appreciation is what sharpened his eyes up as he looks back at you.
I'm not that stupid. I hope.
Well, I accept. That's an amazing offer, and I think a good way to cement this relationship would be for you to come back to my flat and see some of the other amazing creations I've been able to conjure up. That way you'll not only be able to better understand my work, is that you'll be able to see the direction I'm headed in and what I hope to accomplish through my work.
Oh, well, my good man, that's a bit more than I asked for, and I have to say I'm quite taken aback by the offer.
Oh,
if
don't-
anything...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's a misunderstanding. My mother lives with me. I wouldn't be able to go into anything untoward, anything ungentlemanly, sir. Excuse me. I know that us artists has a reputation of being promiscuous, but I assure you that I am a cis heteronormal male.
I mean, almost everybody would be in this time. Fear not, your reputation doesn't precede you in that sort of stereotype. More so it would fit me as opposed to you, but of course, I'm very much interested in seeing more of these paintings.
Absolutely, and I'd be happy to go about in society with you and gallivant. However, I am still very early in my career, and I must protect my reputation, you understand?
I mean, I'm a very reputable person.
Indeed,
If anything, it would boost your standing in society.
And I'd appreciate that increase in my society. I'm trying to be an influencer, and you could really bring my views up. I just don't want rumors being spread that
Reviews
might...
on the radio. I'm sorry to cut in.
But the impressions on the radio,
Francis,
yes.
Francis looks at Horace. He's like, remind me not to follow Dr. Bane in the future.
No, follow me.
Shakes his head and is just like, I don't even know.
This is a little than I expected.
How so?
I mean, it's fine. You do you, obviously.
I feel judged.
In any
The
case,
fact that there's no denying that.
I wouldn't judge you. I feel terribly sorry that your friends have such ridiculously and hypocritical, frankly, standards. But in any case, I insist that you all come over to my house for muffins and coffee, and I shall show you my latest line of artwork. It's quite powerful, I assure you.
Oh, yes. That would be absolutely wonderful. How much do you want for the painting now?
Oh, well, and Jim Shimiston butts back in. That's why I preferred to introduce you to Mr. Shipley, is that actually that painting in the gallery has been pre-arranged for sale already, and while that's not available, I figured that we could go straight to the source with such interesting customers such as yourselves.
It pains me that I'm unable to purchase that specific painting. As drawn to it as I was. Do you know who the buyer of that one was?
Yes, I'm uncomfortable sharing that kind of... And at that moment, Shipley butts back in. Doctor, I have a sneaking suspicion that I have one that has much more relevance to you and that you would find much more interesting. It has something to do... I can't explain it, but somehow I see that you are connected to some of the subject matter of one of these other paintings I have. Somehow the ties through time bind you and this moment together.
It's very flattering. Very well, I'll give up on that one painting. How it allured me. But yes, we'll come over. What time is good for you?
Well, I think we should head there right now. I know that Mother probably has the kettle on, and we shouldn't keep her waiting too long.
Well, let me ask my companions. Are you two fine with going to this nice young man's house?
Going
Their
to hang
muffins,
out with
their
him and
tea.
Mother.
Well, could we look around the gallery before we head over, or do we want to do that now?
I was only interested in that one painting, but if you two would like to broaden your cultural horizons, who am I to stop you?
I guess my thought would be to look around real quick and then, yeah, see if there's anything here that it looks like I should be paying attention to. That
All right.
said, I don't see anything, so yes, I'll come with you.
Go ahead
Oh.
and give me a spot hidden check as well, little horse, as you guys walk out and take a very careful inventory of the surroundings. Also doing a double check of the paintings.
Fail.
No one's finding anything today.
You guys see that everything else looks rather bland, and as you walk out, you see once again the only serious interest is in Shipley's painting that still hangs on the wall, the crowd still muttering in hushed tones.
Bane felt like a sort of twinge of jealousy at that. He really wanted that painting.
Yeah, you go rob that guy and take it. You guys make your way
I
through
might.
You guys make your way through the city streets of London and down a couple alleyways and up to a... Well, it seems like the house has seen better days. This is clearly the childhood home of Miles Shipley, and he is... Hey, he smirks embarrassingly, giving a self-conscious smile to you all as he explains, yes, soon my artworks become so popular. The recent success, I really am so grateful. I'll soon be able to move my mother out to this house and hopefully into the countryside for some fresh air so she could retire.
Bane's just gonna mutter to himself, I could do that now.
See if he hears you. His ear falls off.
He just goes deaf for a short time.
Bang, he bends down, picks his ear back up, and like shoves it back on. Oh, that was weird. That's never happened before.
I don't like that.
And taking a key out of his pocket, he opens up the door. Lets you guys into his house.
His mother's house.
Yes, mom's house. Excuse me.
Thank you very much.
Pardon the intrusion.
You guys see the front door leads into a hallway which ends at the kitchen and has entrances into the reception room, dining room, and parlor along the way, as well as the staircase leading up to the upper floor. The property rear door in the kitchen opens up to a small garden enclosed by a 9-foot-high brick wall. A locked door in the kitchen leads down to the basement. Apart from the prevalent foul smell on the ground floor, offers nothing peculiarly suspicious or out of place.
Strange. You know, not strange it is.
I mean, it's a fairly
Try with
quaint
mommy.
home.
What's mommy look like?
You guys are led through I believe that's called a parlor, into the sitting room, where eventually you guys hear the creaking up these stairs, very slow, of an old lady who appears into the waiting room after a few minutes. You gotta put all the tokens out.
Old of an old lady.
She looks pretty old. You'd say she's in her early 70s, late 60s. She's pretty hunched over, but looks sturdy. You can tell she's still working, getting out about in the house and doing chores. Looks like a woman who's contributed, done her part.
Interesting. Is that seriously the token you're using?
Yeah.
You said you take this seriously. That's the mom.
Miles Shipley goes ahead and sits down and indicates to you all to go ahead and have a seat. And after a moment or two, you guys hear the door open. And as the creaking door swings open, you guys hear a little old lady walk into the room.
Hello, my name's Mrs. Shipley. Pleasure to meet you all. May I offer you some tea and crumpets?
Oh, why, yes, that would be delightful, please.
Horst is gonna say no.
We have coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee, okay, absolutely. One moment. Oh, coffee drinkers. Oh, must be American. So lovely to have company.
no.
It's been so long.
And she retreats off into the hallway, down into the kitchen.
My pride as an American feels infringed upon.
I mean, as an American, I'm gonna tell you that if she doesn't regularly make coffee, that coffee's gonna taste like something
It would
else.
taste like American coffee. Would be my guess.
Oh, well, all right, fair enough.
I mean, how hard is it to make coffee?
Hey, I'll go a long way for a good cup of coffee, I'll tell you that much. Miles Shipley, sitting down, kind of tapping his fingers nervously, indicates to you all, yes, I've been living here in this home for a long time. I'll miss it terribly, as really gave me all my inspiration started here in a way. But in any case, upstairs is my workshop, my gallery. Wait, no, that's not what they call it. But yeah, my workshop, and we'll go up there, and hopefully you'll see some of the more recent pieces I've been working on, and you in particular, Doctor. I believe that one of the pieces will be in particular interest to you.
Well, since she's preparing things now, how about we take a quick look up there?
Oh yes, please lead on, sir.
No. Please, sit down, sit back
Oh.
down. As you guys kind of like go to like lurch forward and stand up, he lurches forward really quickly in his seat. We can't offend Mother. She's really stickler for manners. You must understand that it's really a rarity for her to entertain company, and I'd appreciate it if we allowed her the opportunity. And you can
Bane's
tell.
gonna stand up slowly and put his
That's fine.
hand
We'll stay
on
here with
Shipley's
Mother.
shoulders.
Good luck up there, Bane.
Oh no, he's gonna put his hands on Shipley's shoulder. He's gonna be like, listen to me. Blink twice if your mother is abusive.
He returns your glance with a steel in his eye.
But does he blink?
You look deeply into his eyes, looking for a blink, and as you focus on his pupils, you see that his pupils are dilated quite a bit, and his eyes, stark blue, violent blue, like they're glowing almost.
Man on drugs.
Perhaps. Can I tell?
Give me a psychology roll. I'd also accept a biology roll or even a medicine roll.
I am only good at biology.
Biology of drugs.
Indeed.
You see that he's
I am
obviously
a biochemist.
like, yes, I can synthesize this. Give me a sample of your blood. You see that something is wrong with his neurochemistry just by looking at the dilation of his eyes. If he's not high currently, he's abusing some kind of drug. If not a narcotic, something else.
He's gonna pat him on the shoulder and be like, I will deal with that later. Let's sit and enjoy the refreshments for a bit, right?
Please, that's all I ask. I just think that if we allow Mother to you know, I don't want to anger Mother. You know how she gets when she's angry.
He's gonna look over to the other two and kind of mouth, tread carefully with this one.
And after a moment, you guys enjoying the room. If a little bit tense of a moment passes by, the Granny returns with a tray of crumpets and cookies, and then she lays out some hot water, gives tea to those who request tea, and coffee to those who request coffee. You see that she pours hot water into your mug and then just mixes in instant coffee for those of you that want coffee.
Can I take like a small sip, like a little sample?
You do so. It's very bitter. It's serviceable coffee. It's you call that waking up for the 6 a.m. shift coffee. You need something strong and cheap.
It'll do.
Then.
He'll drink a considerable amount of his coffee.
Yeah, it reminds me of the army.
Oh
All
god.
right. You get
I
it.
just mix the cocoa into my army coffee.
There is a lot of sugar and honey, and also there's like a big thing of cream there. So you have at it. You make a delicious beverage. You go real Starbucks on it. You get like 17 scoops of cinnamon.
Making myself a pink drink.
And some chai. And feeling satisfied, you guys. Full bellies, digest a moment, and talk about the weather.
Ah, yes, the weather. It's depressing.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's been like this ever since I can remember. Dreary stuff.
Indeed.
Well, would you all like to head upstairs to the workshop?
If that's alright with you, ma'am.
Of course, we got to make sure you're all set up. My young Shipley has become so successful and so proud as his mother.
Is his mother completely sane?
You guys are just looking these guys sideways this whole time. Give me another psychology roll to look at his mom.
Maybe I'll make it this time. Confidence is key.
You see that his mom somehow being deceptive. You're not sure how, but you don't see any kind of sanity. You don't see any kind of derangement in her personality. You do see something trying to be sequestered and hidden behind him. Guys!
God, even with a hard success, she's good.
No, she seems to be sane. She seems to have her faculties about her, even if she's up to no good.
I don't like that.
Not doing that
Up
at
to
all.
no good old ladies are my advice.
Mm-hmm. But you guys standing up, kind of having to stretch like cats for a moment and get loosened up. You get that blood out of the belly. Start making your way up the stairs.
All right, let's lead on. How am I feeling about this?
And as you guys come to the top of the third story, you find a closed door, which Shipley walks up to with a key. Unlocks the door and opens up into a sparsely furnished room, a single room at the top of this third floor story building. Dangling kerosene lamps light this bare room with sloping ceilings. Beneath the skylight is an easel, and on the canvas appears to be a few pencil sketches towards a new work. A table to the left holds brushes, paints, and palettes, while against the wall leans various paintings. Tucked in the corner is a closet, and its door is padlocked.
Ma'am, might I ask what is behind the padlocked door in the courthouse?
Absolutely. I keep that for my finished works that are already completed and on their way out the door. That's already sold pieces of artwork that I don't want to be stolen, and therefore the added precaution is placed that those valuable items are placed within there under a separate lock and key, which I keep on my persons at all times.
Might I mark that down as paranoia or just general safety?
As general safety, I believe that the neighborhood's really going to... Well, in any case, I don't want to say too much about the political atmosphere, but it's not the neighborhood I grew up in, and we've had to take the necessary precautions after a few break-ins. Now that my recent success has gotten around, we've had some unfortunate elements turning up around. Mother, would you go ahead and please fetch another cup of coffee for us as we enjoy the pieces of art and they decide?
Of course, dear. I'll be right back. More coffee. Anyone like some tea?
Oh,
No.
please.
No.
No, tea.
Not a tea person.
Oh, of course, you Americans so tough and rugged. Of course.
I would love some tea. In fact, if you could make a big old pot of tea, more or less your most complicated tea, I would very much appreciate that. Whatever tea would require you taking the most amount of time to make, if you could make that for me, I would just absolutely love it.
Glorious.
Well, I mean,
It's
that...
an odd request.
If
Some
you-
kind of tea that's going to require you standing away from us for like several minutes at a time.
Well, of course, I could make my masterpiece, my family's secret recipe. However, for that, I need help. for one of you big, strong, strapping Americans in the kitchen. Any chance one of you young men would help out an old woman like me?
Absolutely terrifying. I trust. So Francis kind of gives the other two a real like solid look for a second. Like, I'll be busy downstairs if you want to take care of this up here. And then he turns back. He's like, all right, I'll come with you.
Godspeed, soldier.
You can
Yes, wish
tell
me luck.
the old lady is very pleased that she got one of the Americans to help her out in the kitchen as she slowly makes her way down back the stairs.
Wonderful stair sound effects, Wookie. 10 out of 10.
The rest of you are going to continue to look at the paintings.
Oh yeah, it hurts that sacrifices had to be made.
Yep. Looking at the paintings.
All right, I'm going to need each of you to make a sanity check. As you look at these paintings, they're vivid. It's almost
God
like
damn
looking
it.
at a 4K TV. It's like a window into another reality.
These paintings, they kind of look like a window into another reality.
It's most enjoyable.
Does to
Can we
you,
look
'cause-
behind the paintings?
well rolled. Yeah, you actually like, oh my god, this looks too real. This must be okay. And you pick up the painting and it does come off the wall. Shipley like quickly turns to you. He's like, hey, it's what are you doing? Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Please don't touch that.
Okay. Put the painting back.
My damage it. Those are. Yeah, I gotta understand. I put a lot of work into those. I can't risk it being harmed. Goodness, I worked so. Put everything I had into that.
And they are great paintings indeed. They make me peer into the very depths of my own soul and ponder my very existence. Truly marvelous.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, and this is the one I actually had in mind for you. Doctor, somehow I know this is tied to you, and I believe that somewhere in your future lies the Dark Pharaoh, and you may make his acquaintance yet. And with that, he takes you over to a painting, and you see on the wall a processional scene from ancient Egypt in which a golden chariot passes through a mass of people who have fallen in their knees in reverence. Atop of the chariot is a pharaoh dressed in black and gold robes, whose face is turned away from the viewer. Behind the figure, two men have been impaled on stakes, eviscerated. Their internal organs have hang down on the ground and are being eaten by a pack of jackals.
I was waiting for like the gory part of the description. I'm like, oh, this sounds too normal. And then there it was. Yep, two people impaled on spikes and eviscerated. And understandable.
Cthulhu, you never let me down.
Yes. Bane's gonna gaze upon the painting for a bit. He's very enthralled by it. He's taking in all the details, just simply spacing out as he peers into it, almost as if he's trying to see the face of the man in the painting.
And deep down, you feel you might have an opportunity yet to see and glimpse his face. Little Horst.
Well, I mean, I'm just off to the side, so I'm gonna feel around in my pocket for my knife, and I don't know. I'm gonna kind of wander backwards a little bit, get away from this guy. He seems nuts.
All right, you keep a distance, finger in the handle of your knife, and you continue to look around, and you see another painting. You see, at nighttime in a woodland scene, a yellow moon casts sickly rays through the dark branches upon a group of naked men and women who cavort around a bonfire. Rising through the flames is an image of a goat-headed man whose outstretched arm seems to be conducting the crazed antics of the witches.
Okay.
You know, that one's not as gory.
Next to that one, you see the unsettling and stomach-churning scene of a man being cut open with a silver dagger held in the hand of a black-robed figure. An act of ritual blood sacrifice upon the victim's chest has been carved in a occult-looking sigil. Which
Can I ask the artist what his deal is? Hey, good man, what is notice that you're kind of obsessed with this violence. What's your story?
And as you ask the question to Miles, you see the sigil in the man's chest twist and move.
Oh.
Well, I think that I can't explain it really. It's beyond my understanding, my comprehension. I don't know the mechanics of it. I just know that each of these scenes that I've painted have really happened. And somehow I was there in person, able to observe it without actually interacting. I don't know or understand what each of these visions that I had means. I just know that they were real as the vivid imagery was brought to me. I don't know if I'm a traveler or if I was viewing or something remotely. And Dr. Bain, you see next to your painting one additional painting. There are 4 total in here. Next to the Dark Pharaoh. Oh, I'm sorry?
Yeah, go on.
Next to the Dark Pharaoh, you see towering mountains, possibly in Africa, over which rise a monstrous demonic creature. Its head a great tentacle swathed in blood. Near a temple-like building, tiny human figures lift their hands imploringly to the sky, in supplication to the hellish godlike entity. For each of the humans' heads, a red tongue and tentacle dangles. Looking closely, there appears to be ceremonial headpieces.
Bane's going to run his fingers across the images. It's just very enrapturing art. It's just, it makes me feel something.
I appreciate it. That's what I really strive for in my artwork. And he watches you carefully. He sees you running your hands across the canvas and across the oils of the painting, being careful not to damage it. You feel resistance. There is, it's not a gateway into the, it's not a gate.
Dang it. I was hoping for a gateway. Maybe next time.
There is one more painting I could show you. It's, well, frankly, I'd hoped to reserve it for a special buyer, but I don't see how anyone could be. Well, I'd prefer just to show you.
I mean, if the question is of purchasing it, then I have no, problem with doing so. I mean, I do plan on purchasing these here as well.
Appreciate that. Goodness, that's... I really do feel like this business relation's going to work out swimmingly. Please, this is my masterpiece. I gotta show it to you so you know exactly where I'm coming from and where I'd hope to accomplish with my work. Here, look at this. And he goes over to the padlocked closet and starts unlocking the chains and removing the bars on the door to the closet.
Very ceremonious.
After a few moments of clink, clink, click, 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 he opens up a closet and takes out a painting that's covered in cloth, removes the painting, the sketch of the current painting he was working on with the pencil drawing lines, Removes that, puts that on the table, and then puts out this cloth painting, allowing you two to take your place in front of the painting. He removes the cloth and steps back. Dr. Bain and Francis.
Yes.
Do you look at the painting?
I think I'm in the
Francis
kitchen.
is in the
right?
kitchen.
Nope. Little Horst, I'm sorry. Little Horst and Dr. Bain.
Little Horse is starting to wonder where the tea is.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the painting.
I'm not looking at the painting. I'm starting to look at this guy like he's crazy.
So you know.
Well, of course he's crazy.
Of course he's crazy, man. He's mad science artist mad. So, to be specific, he takes off the cloth over the painting with a flourish. You continue to watch him, correct? Avoiding eye contact with the painting?
Oh no, I'm looking at this painting.
Nope.
I came here for this painting.
Understood, Dr. Bain. You're looking at Little Horst?
No, I'm not looking at the painting. I'll look at Dr. Bane and I'll look at the guy. I'll just look back and forth between them.
Got it. Okay, I like you're monitoring.
Yeah.
Dr. Bain, you see a wonderful swamp scene in front of you. The painting on
Not
the
where I
canvas.
was expecting that. Go on.
Expect the unexpected in Cthulhu. The painting on the canvas is Shipley's masterpiece, showing a swampy area infected with serpents. A small island at the center holds a stone altar. Suddenly, the painting becomes three-dimensionals, and in a few seconds the waters of the swamp begin to ripple and the plants sway, the serpents wiggle, and the altar glows. I need a power roll.
God dang it. You know I'm not powerful.
I don't have magic powers.
Can I push to rebuild that, or is that not an option here?
Yes, that is an option here. You feel yourself losing the struggle with some kind of magical entity, and you push again, trying to pour all your otherworldly might. Oh! Success, okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
Where's Sasathasa's stat block?
Who now?
I'm looking for Snake Man's stat block. I'm looking for Snake Man's stat block. He's got a power of 40 for a just missed the hard success by 1. So you feel yourself being pulled, dragged forward like a black hole. And just as you're about to be ripped and cross through the dimension into the painting, you feel half of yourself being pushed and cross over, and the humid air of the swamp enters your lungs. All the crickets and the slithering snakes rattle, and you feel yourself only momentarily and seconds away from being wretched into the painting before you resist. Like walking back through molasses, you cross back into the threshold of your own reality. And that's where we're going to go check in. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Bay.
No. Just check in with the man and the tea and the grandmother. I need a break.
Yeah. And a few beads of sweat drop down to the floor, and the camera continues to pass through the floorboards of the second and first floor back down to the kitchen.
Very fancy camera work here.
That's not in our budget, Wiki.
Damn it, we need better CGI. We need better effects around here. Get the puppets
We
out.
haven't been getting monetized.
Money Zone, everybody. Oh, support the Patreon.
Oh, the other day. Oh, Detective Francis Jefferson.
Yes.
You're down in the kitchen, and you go ahead and take the kettle and get some water in it, put it on the stove, and you go about mixing different things, putting them in the oven. You're helping out, and you turn
Frank is
around.
helping out, making sure to not turn his back completely to this woman, though. This whole house is giving him the heebie-jeebies. Between the creepy monster last night and now this terrifying house and this mother. He's not sure what's going on, but he is not turning his back to this woman.
Yep.
Fair's fair. And she continues. She's got one of these big bowls, and she's mixing up some flours and eggs to make some more cookies, and turns to you.
So, Francis, was it? What brings you big, strong American like you to London?
Why, I'm afraid it's not too exciting, man. We're just on a bit of a vacation.
Oh, seems like an odd place for an American to come on vacation. Is it a business or
It's
work?
been a long time since the Great War, ma'am. These days, our countries are good friends with each other. We're just taking in the sights. We're all big fans of the odds, which is why we were speaking to your son.
Oh, well, that's quite gregarious of you. You said you were in the war?
Yes.
You know, I was in the war too. I was a tank commander. I sent those Germans back. Well, oh wait, nope. This before tanks. Shit.
Those very large horses with the armor on them that we would refer to as tanks.
Yes, all our tanks were horse-drawn tanks. Very terrible design. Totally
Nope. You're in the
backfired.
right era. The tanks were invented in 1915.
Yep.
Right, I feel like it was at the end of the first war that they started getting out there as they proved so effective, and it wasn't really towards it. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of world wars, but I'm excited for the third one.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, I really do appreciate your country's help in defeating Hitler in advance. Thank you.
And you guys continue to make cookies for a while, and for a moment, she just seems like a normal old lady.
What is she doing?
Yes.
She's mixing up eggs and flowers in a bowl, and then all of a sudden she turns to you, Francis, and says,
Now, I know you love, I know my coffee's not the greatest, but I'm telling you, my cookies are to die for.
Don't eat those.
They look delicious, ma'am. I'm afraid I don't have much of a sweet tooth, though.
Oh, I'm afraid you do. In fact, you just love all my cooking.
Ma'am, he's diabetic.
Yes, ma'am, that feels like a wisdom saving throw, or some equivalent.
it's going to be an opposed power roll. I messed up. The last check to be resist being absorbed into the painting was a hard power roll, so nice roll on that. Good push. This is an
thank
opposed
God.
power roll for the spell Dominate Person. Ooh, a success.
Yes, not much of one. Well, perhaps not a
Don't
sufficient
give in.
success. Those cookies do look delicious.
So he succeeded and you succeeded. If successful, the target obeys the commands of the caster without exception until the next combat round concludes. The spell can affect only one individual. You feel a consciousness in your mind dive into your soul and try and control your actions. This lady is so nice, such a nice, warm old woman. Maybe you should follow. Whoa, no, wait, hold on. She's not an old lady at all. She's trying to control my mind.
Oh, excuse me, miss. Horse! Bane!
What's up? Horse comes running.
Person pulls
what?
out his pistol.
You pull out your
Bane
gun?
will begrudgingly
Well,
go
I guess Frank doesn't have a gun,
downstairs.
doesn't he? In England, but
I believe
Oh no,
was
I have 2 guns.
you have lots of guns. Frank is a guy.
Do you want a gun?
In a moment, we should talk about this whole situation first.
Okay. Should we come in there with the guns?
What's the sun do? What's the sun do when I call out?
The sun?
You're asking me what the sun does when you call out to the
When I
sun?
called out to them, do they just come downstairs, or is
I
the
got you. So
artist?
you
That'd be
call
lovely.
up the stairs. You guys both hear down below some kind of racket and screaming going on. Miles Shipley is going to try and talk to you. Oh, I'm sure it's nothing. And is going to try and persuade you not to go down there, but you both do hear something. However, combat is going actively downstairs. Francis, do you have, I believe you guys got shotguns. Was that, did you not pick up a shotgun when you guys first arrived in London?
We did.
I
I did
picked
not.
up-
I don't know why.
I
didn't,
picked up
but
a shotgun. I picked up a shotgun and a .30-06 semi-automatic rifle.
Well, if you're not saying you picked up a shotgun, then I guess you missed your opportunity. So yeah,
I
you're.
did. I didn't like the idea of the shotgun. I don't know why.
No,
I regret it
whoopsies.
right now.
So yeah, you have this old lady currently trying to dominate your will. What are you doing?
Is there like she was making cookies. I grabbed the rolling pin and I hit her in the face with it.
I like it. Go ahead and roll the hit.
I guess that would be your brawl roll.
Yeah, I don't do very well.
Sails right over
Oh.
her head. There's just like
Ah!
a poof of flour in the air.
Lady, I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. Just throw the fucking rolling pin out the window. And then I grab her by her apron and I try to like pull it over her head. Spin her around.
Oh my god, give me a
Toss her out
strength
of the
roll.
room. Hell yes.
So she got okay, I gotta look at
Well,
I
she
gotta
did
look
at
at
6. She got even better than mine, but
True, but I don't think that his dexterity will be that high.
His? Excuse me?
yeah, who
It
knows
is-
what's going on underneath all that old lady attire.
I'm scared.
It is 30. Half of 30 would be 15. 10% of 30 would be 3. So he only got a hard success. So you technically did beat him. You go ahead and swing him around. You guys do-si-do for half a second. And then wham, you give him like the old like stiff knee and launch him up over you wrestling style.
Yeah, I guess my intention was to toss her out of the kitchen altogether. Give myself some breathing room.
Through the threshold of the kitchen, out into the living room. You crash her through the coffee table, Mr. and Mrs. Smith style. And
Beautiful.
just as you guys, Dr. Bane and Little Horse, pile down the stairs as they arrive. I'm assuming they all started coming down the stairs to help you. Did they do that?
Yeah, I
Little Horse definitely did. Got it.
Bane Horse, this old lady has mojo powers. She's trying to get in my brain.
Ah.
I should have bought a shotgun, and I'm regretting it now. One of you kindly stop this woman from whatever the hell she's trying to do.
Damn, she's not rolling. He's not rolling good. He attempts again, and you feel a presence in your mind, but you're able to shrug it off better this time.
Ooh.
And as you combat this misty, dark presence inside your mind, we're going to take a 5-minute break. Someday I'll avoid taxes like Japanese horse. Alright, coming back into it, you guys crash down the stairs and see this old granny Faye, her form waving and whispering over a moment before coagulating back into the figure of an old woman.
So have we reached moderate wispy, or are we at severe wispy?
Wednesday, we're still at moderate wispy. This is not severe wispy situation.
Alright, ma'am, you got like a little bit to go before you hit that severe wispy, and we don't allow that here.
I apologize. I'll walk it back. I don't want to be crossing into severe wispy.
Yeah, let's tone it down a little bit. Take down a notch. No wisp.
Nay wisp.
Nay wisp.
I tried to get wispy, and I was like, nay wispy. No, you
Nay
will not wispy.
Nay wisp.
I'm looking up a spell really fast, but you guys are successfully able to crash down the stairs and make it back into the foyer.
Can we, like, see her?
Yeah, you see the old lady. She seems to be like hunched over, ready to get into a scrap. But other than that, other than the unnatural posture of this old woman,
About how far away is she?
just across the room, you all, put you all in the same room.
Like, in terms of feet.
Called about 10.
Good enough. Can I try to shoot her?
Goodness, you would shoot an old lady?
That's an old lady and you know it.
She looks just like a little old lady.
You point your gun at her and she looks up to you, eyes twinkling in the dim living room light.
You wouldn't harm an old woman, would you, dear?
Oh God! You guys hear a shotgun shell ring out? That's gonna hit.
Good. 18 damage.
Shoot. Whoa, no.
She's close range.
Oh my God, are you sure?
Yep, 10 yards it's 4d6, 20 yards it's 2d6, 50 yards it's 1d6.
I guess I'm not going to get to cast that spell after all. You guys look over and see Dr. Bane level a shotgun at this thing and pull the trigger. How do you want to do? It, Dr. Bane?
There's really no other way to do it. I'm just gonna come down the stairs a little annoyed, like, that's the problem. Cool.
Identifying the problem, Dr. Bane levels his shotgun at him and at this old lady and blows this head all over the walls. And you guys see this black-green viscera to rip down from the ceiling in surprising amounts as this fountain of blood erupts out of the neck of this old lady in a fountain of about 5-6 feet and splatters up off the ceiling and ricochets back down in a green viscous slime.
Ah, Francis. You alright?
Francis, you continue to get a stream of this blood in your face as the body falls over and shoots up into you. Very Evil Dead style. All this green blood slopping off of you.
Fane's gonna
What
put
the
the
fuck?
shotgun down.
Francis throws up.
Should we be concerned about the sun?
As this is going up.
You look back and see Miles Shipley collapsed on the floor, still looking down at you with shock and disbelief in his eyes.
Well, yes, of course, we just killed his mother, but... Oh, well, I just killed his mother.
Whatever the fuck that thing was, I'm not sure that was his mother. I'm not sure that thing was anyone.
After a few moments, you guys pick yourselves up and walk over to the bottom of the stairs to see Miles pick himself up and slowly walk down as far off, look in his eyes. After a few moments, he refocuses and tries to speak with you all.
Okay.
Look, Miles. Whatever that thing was not your mother. Therefore, you have no reason to feel upset. We didn't technically kill your mother in front of you. We killed an imposter.
Technically, we didn't kill your mom. Fine.
You guys don't understand what I've done. It's been months since he replaced my mother. I had to go out and find his food. I had to lure in prostitutes and homeless people into here to serve as his meals. I did it. So many of them. I was planning on doing it to you. You were his next victims. We were going to split you up.
When he says prostitute, Frank kind of like looks at Horst and then raises his eyebrows at Bane and then like gives Horst another little look like, yeah.
Yep. The horse looks back and is like, yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something here.
I'm not the one they thought was a prostitute.
Yeah, either was I.
Wait, am I the prostitute?
But you came on a little strong. All that was missing was the part where you arranged the price.
I see. So this is what my life has come to. Very well. Back to the point at hand. Miles, you feel remorse, right?
No, If anything, I feel relief. I can't believe that you were able actually to kill her. She was so strong. She knew this. He knew this magic. He was able to control me, and that's how I was able to see into the past. He gave me this drug. I don't know what it was called, but I consumed it. I was able to see into the past and see these magnificent visions, and it was because of these I was able to be successful. And I don't know what I'll be able to do without it now.
Yes, breathe. Breathe, Miles.
You're right. I was only a matter of time before he killed me. I was beginning to wonder if I could maybe escape or go to the police and hold them accountable, but they knew I'd be mad. I can't tell you how appreciative I am of you for freeing me from this influence.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say it was for your benefit. You see, one of my comrades was in danger, and I just did what anyone would do in that sense. It just happens to be that you were also someone who would reap the benefits of said action.
It's
nothing personal.
Thank you for allowing me to benefit. I was a victim at the beginning of this, and there's blood on my hands now. Someday, maybe if I donate my money to pick people off the streets and perhaps make some kind of online service where working girls can scream their customers for added safety, I could give back and maybe recuperate some of the damage.
I do have a way you could give back. My offer still stands on the table, becoming my personal artist. I would pardon you of everything you've done. You see, that's none of my business.
Appreciate your discretion. I very much appreciate this. Doctor, I thank you so much. It's this heavy burden that you've been able to take off my shoulders, and I promise for all time that you will always have a discount, and my work will always be very appreciative of your patronage. And with that, he collapses down into one of the couches of the sitting room next to the body, and he tries to squelch off and squeegee a somewhat clean area in the couch away, and he collapses into it with a wet splop.
I did not need to hear nor see that. Alright, I'm going to grab some paintings from upstairs and we can skedaddle.
You can tell he immediately falls into a half passed out, half comatose state. You guys charge up the stairs, clump, 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 grab the 4 paintings and drop back down the stairs and out the front door, back into London streets, now with your newly acquired art pieces.
Oh, these are going to look so good on my bathroom walls.
these are pieces in particular. Any of them for us to look at them. What do they look like?
Say that again, Francis?
What's depicted in them? Are any of them particularly horrifying? Do any of them evoke any kind of reaction from us just looking at them?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
you
well,
go-
I'd be able to tell you that. Well, this painting right here, you see with the swamp? Don't look at that one. That one's dangerous. Don't gaze
I'm not
upon
going
that
to
one.
look at that one.
Interesting.
that-
you
that
took
is-
that one too, huh?
Of course.
All right, you have 5 paintings then.
Everything else is fair game. You can look at everything else, just not that one. We're keeping that under a cloth for now.
I think I'll just not look at any of these. Thank you.
Yep.
I know they're pretty good works. I mean, they do evoke some nice feelings, but nothing too dire.
I'm fine, thank you.
I don't know, suit yourself.
Glancing at the corner, you do feel your consciousness begin to slip within the paintings, but thinking better of it, you look away. You guys go ahead and add to your inventory the following paintings. The Dark Pharaoh, Goat Wood, Drawn in Blood, and Black Mountain. In addition to that, you also picked up Shipley's masterpiece. Call that one Snake Science. That one's called The Serpent's Altar. And with Dr. Bain leaving his contact information on how he is to be contacted, and you set up for some additional funds and perhaps a new living establishment to be.
Oh no, he can live at my place.
You set up a guest room inside your place for Mr. Shipley.
Yeah, just fly him to New York. He doesn't need to be in this environment.
Best for recovery. He needs a change of scenery.
Yeah.
Very
Also, what is the name of the last painting? I have Dark Pharaoh, Goatwood, Drawn in Blood, and Serpent's Altar.
Black Mountain, which depicts some kind of African mountainous landscape, perhaps in the Kenyan countryside.
I will put a pin in that. We need to go to Africa anyway.
Yes, we do.
Well, I deem this as a success. I mean, I came out of this with paintings. And no one was hurt.
Well, none of us.
Well, obviously, I mean us. Nobody else matters. Anywho, nobody was hurt. So, it's a win-win.
Yes, though well, we'll see if this is relevant to the future. I'm not exactly sure how helpful this is, at least at present.
We should probably find a place to take a rest. That did have quite a strain on the mind.
Yeah.
So you guys wander through London back to your own respective hotel rooms. Taking the art pieces with you, you feel the heaviness of the art, not because of the canvas, but because of the weight and importance of the subject material.
I'm very happy with these art pieces.
Yeah, you put them up in the hotel room, they look great.
Probably gonna spend like just an hour looking at them. Not that other one though. Serpent's Altar that stays under the sheet.
Yeah, this is probably the best.
You do so, and I'm not going to call for an additional sanity roll. However, you do feel like if you looked at them any longer, you might lose a piece of yourself.
It's such nice art.
And you pass an uneventful night. I'm going to need a luck roll from all of you.
Phew!
Francis, you're a little uneasy. You remember to the previous day's event and just suddenly being taken over and having your thoughts invaded upon and something trying to control you, just like in the last campaign.
Yes. This
Asshole.
is very familiar. I'm not sure why.
Suddenly you saw this old woman's sweet features, just her head explode in green and black blood viscera. And as you think about these things, keeping you up, tossing and turning, you pour yourself a stiff drink, looking out into the misty street nights, and you see, passing below one of the street lamps, a twinkle of translucent energy, some mist-like wraith, long tentacles moving slowly back and forth out front of your room, and just as you catch it in the corner of your eye, it vanishes.
Francis turns on all the lights and pulls the sheets on fire.
The correct response.
And that's gonna...
Lie.
They can't get you under the covers. You tuck up under the covers and pass a night and feel very refreshed the next day as you all emerge back into London.
Bro, just go to the living room. They can't kill you there.
Francis relays what he saw last night. He thinks it was a dream. He lets him know that he dreamt the spotlight watching us, or watching the hotel. Consider it not even, I'm sure it was just a symptom of the day. But still, I swear I saw something. Must have been. Still.
I mean, we saw it once, I'm sure it is. Most likely stalking us as, the ones that got away.
What a lovely thought.
Hey, just think of the positive, Someone out there wants you.
Not the nicest thing you've ever said to me, but
Is that what predators do? They stalk you? Unsettling.
all right. Well, I don't see any convenient art exhibit posters telling us where we should be going today. What to do? Got the art. We didn't find a whole lot of clues as to the expedition, other than this monster. I don't know though if this monster is related in any way to the expedition or to any of the other going-ons that we are engaged in. And at least I personally have no interest in encountering it again. So I don't know what to do. That time in London come to an end.
So as you guys wander through London streets discussing what loose ends need to be tied up, what things need to be chased down here. Going back through the clues, you see that in addition to these Londony murders where the people are suffocated horribly, fuck the police, you see that there's been a string of murders in the countryside as well. However, the two methods of murder don't line up. One of them seems to be a string of suffocations or stranglings, is what the police think, while the other one seems to be work of some horrible slasher that cuts their victims to pieces.
Are all the pieces there?
Well, that's the odd thing. It seems like some of the pieces are missing, as if they've been torn out and eaten by teethy teeth.
Was that not the old lady? Or are we going for another thing?
With your exceptionally deep knowledge in biology, you would assume that the old lady, in that split second before you blew her head off when she became a serpent person, you would assume that they eat their victims whole and there's nothing really left.
She had such disgusting meals. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, does anybody else want to investigate a murder?
I mean,
that's sort of what we're doing with the expedition. There's a chance that it's related. I think yes. Before we leave, it would probably be.
Right then. The countryside, was it?
yep.
Alright. I guess we're going there.
You guys make arrangements, head on down to the train station, and make your way into the beautiful countryside of Lesser Edale. As you pass along the train, you see beautiful green rolling hills.
Who's approaching us? Jesus.
Train. This train. He's wearing such a heels.
She came through the old legs down to there. Sat there smoking my cigarette. The city was nighttime like a whore in heat. Knew there was only one way to save. It wasn't gonna be pretty.
It's the only train sound I could find.
There was a sign in this little village for a security firm, and the security firm's name was ISIS. It's pretty great. They did not rebrand.
You think you'd
Didn't
go
feel like
ahead?
it would have worked in America.
I think you'd left that one behind. I mean, like Archer let it go, and I thought they did it quietly. I thought it was appropriate.
So glad somebody else knows about Archer.
So you guys make your way into the countryside on train and see wonderful hills and landscape roll by as you are deposited into a countryside train stop. And it seems like a quaint, lovely country village. You look around and you see that, well, this must be one of the nicer areas of the London countryside, as you see these luxury estates stretching out in meticulously manicured lawns. Wonderful bush displays. You see like a big bush elephant and birch birds.
Birds. Yep. How close is this train stop to the
The train stop seems to be out in the middle of nowhere. It's unfortunate that the city saw fit to build it away from all the services of the town, but that's how the main patrons, it seems like the Vane family has city council in their back pocket, and they requested that the train station for the poors be put on the outskirts of town.
I guess there was no helping it then.
You do see, walking down the street as you make your way into town, there seems to be some kind of peace officer, if that's what you call him. And further down the street, you do see what looks to be like a pretty comfortable inn.
Guess we'll check into the inn then. I'm sure
Yeah,
we're gonna be here for a while.
at least we can find out some information.
You guys walk by the whistling constable, give him a nod, and he nods in return. And you guys continue into the Laughing Horse Inn.
Why the Laughing Horse Inn? If you don't mind me asking.
You walk in, ask the question directly to the barmaid. With the skies darkening and the light drizzle turning into a proper shower outside, you guys duck inside to the friendly, seeming atmosphere, and you see on the door a horse's head with nostrils, with flames coming out of its mouth and nostrils and eyes. Walking up, you ask, why the Laughing Horse?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, look at this guy. He wants to know a bar name. You think the bar name's all gonna be something clever, you big city folk. I thought just about right for these classic. What do you want, tourist?
I feel offense.
I didn't catch any of that, sir. You just call me a city folk?
What's that, bud?
You just call me a city slicker?
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
You're from the city, are you?
Your mother's from the city.
Oh, as a matter of fact, she is from the city. She came from London.
Then
Alright, we're
for
getting
what
off on the
right
wrong
do you
foot.
have to call
My name
somebody
is
a city
Francis
slicker?
Everson Bourgeois III. We come from the States. We're hoping to rent a room for the night.
I think we can help you out.
So, and he takes out a book from behind the counter, starts going through it, puts on these really thin glasses.
Is this guy like biker build?
Actually, he's a really tall and skinny guy.
So, what would be comparable to that in pop culture terms?
I don't know why, but I just thought of Jim Carrey as like someone tall and wispy. I'd say moderately to severe wispy.
I thought of that guy from
Probably Jim
Ratatouille
Carrey.
who was trying to close the restaurant down.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the critic? Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy. That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we got a couple rooms upstairs. This is gonna be. Let's see. How long did you want to stay for?
Just the night to
Do
begin
you guys
with.
want to do like?
Not here. That might not be for us to be doing in the first place.
All right, you guys are able to secure lodging in this Laughing Horse Inn. You guys kind of just settle into the main room here. It's warm, it's nice, the bear is cool, and the fireplace is warm.
How many people are around?
Quite a few. You'd say it's half full. It's a moderately big hall or dining area here, common room. I'd say about 10 people that are just also lounging around, minding their own business. You see some people playing chess over there by the fireplace.
I'm gonna go over to the people playing chess.
They do not look up from their playing. They continue to play. One guy picks up a piece. moves it.
What's the layout of the board right now?
Seems like white is being dominated by black.
Like, what's the actual setup of the pieces?
Looks like the white queen and 2 of the bishops and a knight has been taken to the black's rook and knight. Couple pawns in there to mix it up. They continue to play, and then you watch the black player take another bishop, or no, take the other knight.
Yeah, that's it. There's only 2 bishops, Wookie. What is he taking?
He's cheating. He's using 3 bishops. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch!
The old 3 bishops.
Oh, 3 bishops.
Bane's just gonna watch the game with some interest. He's gonna mutter to himself, well, if you had moved your rook from h1 to around h4, you probably wouldn't have got stuck in that, but I mean, who am I?
Oi, you don't go ahead and play a game. And he stands up and like slams his king down on the ground in submission. I wasn't a fair fight anyway. I'm out here, and he takes out a pound note and from his pocket and puts it down on the table.
Bane'll take up the chair and start playing then.
The player of black takes up the table, puts the pieces back with you, and turns around the table. Puts a $1 pound note on the table.
Yeah,
And then
chess
holds his...
mini game time, everybody.
So am I playing white?
You would be playing black.
Black. Okay, well, what's his first move?
Pawn to Queen's Gambit. I'm not actually sure of the spaces.
That's... Wasn't really expecting that. Okay. C2 to C3.
All right. Go ahead and give me a intelligence roll.
God, the one thing I went to college for.
Chess playing?
God damn it, why is he so smart?
And a strategy you've never seen before, and you've read quite a few chess books in your days in the chess club. You are taken by surprise, and he gets you pretty early in the game. As first 20 moves, you weren't counting, but it's pretty impressive and almost like a brilliant strategy that was used by this guy. He takes your $1 bill off the table, put it in his pocket, and begins to set the pieces back up.
I want to try again. I refuse to believe I was defeated by some country bumpkin.
Oh, you don't appreciate being called a country bumpkin. I know what you're thinking there. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about, but I have you know I'm a prodigy. My mother told me I'll be the greatest chess player in the world.
I want to hit him with the Cthulhu gambit.
Oh, snap! Both his eyebrows go like way up high. And you guys continue playing. He got lucky the first time, but as you guys continue to play, you start taking all of his money game after game, and after a while he feels better of it and stands up. Oh, well, looks like I got lucky that first time, but I really bet my match. Congratulations, and appreciate your fancy American playing style. That's quite impressive.
Yes, I was in the chess club for 5 years.
Well,
Didn't even have to pull out the Evans gambit.
The Ovens Gambit? What good Scott name is that?
Ah, well. You'll find out one day if you continue to pursue your little chess things. But, that brings me to the question I had. Have you heard anything about suspicious murders around?
Well, suppose that I have. And he looks around. You can tell that a lot of the conversations, the ambient conversations, have died down a little bit. When you mention the word murder, everyone's trying to listen in discreetly to your conversation. And in response, he squeaks his chair over to yours and kind of leans in for a discreet conversation. catching a whiff of your wonderful cologne, he, again, very big, you eyebrows go up, and then he leans back in, giving a deep sniff. Ooh. I had to guess there's been some murders here, but it's quite disturbing.
It changes its entire accent because of this such a nice
Quite disturbing. The murders are so disturbing, they've changed my accent.
He's Italian. He's Norwegian.
What is he?
The murders are very intense. Let's go, Daniel-san.
Well, yes. I know they're, intense. People are being chopped up into little pieces and eaten. I'm more so asking for, more in-depth details. Places, times, relative similarities between them. Things that wouldn't be known by outside public. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I do. You'll see there were some things that wouldn't make it into the reporters. Some of the news things, the stories didn't capture the whole of the facts, and I can understand why they wouldn't be gotten out to the public, is because these goddamn veins are trying to bury the truth.
Well, yes, I'm used to higher powers trying to hide the truth as it is. But that's why I'm here, trying to get the actual truth, solve things a bit.
As you, talk to him, he realizes he was getting a little bit too animated and loud, and he looks back around, casting a few glances.
Would you prefer we went somewhere a bit more private then? I'm not sure how well you can control your tone, but...
No, it's fine. I just worry that some of the Vane's agents might be around. Look, if you're looking for the truth, you need to start maybe on the church grounds. It's where some of the first murders started, and you'll probably be able to find more information out there.
I guess, God, of course it's a church.
Well, I don't know how Vanes are involved, but it was outside the Van Mausoleum at the church grounds in the cemetery that the first murder was found. I think that has something to do with the Vane family. It's not just superstition. Something more, and they've been trying to cover up the truth and obfuscate all these murders and quietly have them disappear. Well, we're not going to quietly disappear, are we? Now, we're going to find out what's really happening and how this family's connected.
Yes, you've been a great help, my gentleman. And he's going to pass him half of what he earned from those little chess games.
I understand. Mum's the word. Go talk with Reverend Stratton. He'll be able to give you more information about our Vans.
Very nice. Continue to polish your chess skills. You were a couple of years too early when you challenged me.
He smiles at that. Hey, I'll keep practicing and I'll keep competing in the world champion tournaments. I've mastered enough skills and I've got enough techniques to rematch against you, Dr. Vane. So help me.
Indeed. Vane's gonna walk back over to his companions and give them the newfound information. So yeah, looks like we need to start investigating a church. Oh yeah, how much did I earn from that guy?
After giving half of them back, called $3.
Oh wow, $3 whole bucks?
$3, I'm rich.
Bane's gonna go buy a drink.
You go ahead and buy a drink, and coming
Hey,
back to the table.
Mr. Fancy, I've got $3. You want to buy me a drink too?
Well, there's $3.
Now that I see the dollars in my pocket, feel free to get a whole round for us. Thank you.
Of course. So how could I forget? Bane's just gonna buy drinks for his party.
Buying around. You guys have a cool Chris beer and enjoy off the free and, quite frankly, well-earned chess profits. This is the Queen's Gambit all over again. A successful chess player, traveling the world, kicking ass all over the place.
The world isn't ready for my genius just yet.
Look out, world. And as you guys warm up and try and look for more information on this string of horrible, grisly murders, that's where we're going to end it this week.
Works. Nice.
Indeed.
Hell yeah. Shit, there's murder afoot.
Whole lot of murder.
Dun, dun,
Oh god. I heard a word murder one more time.
dun. Murder.
That's it. I quit. No more Bane. I'm out.
That's it. That's too many murders.
Yep. One too many murders for me, you know? Just can't do it anymore. I'm done. I'm out. I'm gonzo.
Murdered my will to continue. Goodbye forever.
Yes. And here I was, trying to figure out more about the wispy little mist monster.
Forbidden. It is far too wispy for... No, wait.
Dang.